Good morning. Good morning. Where's our main man, Mr. Chris Reshitar? I see. There he is. There
Morning,
he is.
Brock.
What's up, brother? Good morning to you, man. Good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. First Wednesday of the month.
Sweet. Happy to be here. This is always great. Love it.
Well, buddy, it is your
So,
day,
are you
your
ready for today,
opportunity.
Brock? I'm excited to bring kind of a theme those months.
I love it. I love it. What theme do you have for us? Uh-oh. Are you breaking up? Is your Wi? You might have to sometimes change your Wi-Fi and turn it off
Yeah.
and, and use your good old Wi-Fi. I had a major crisis this morning. I went to my Alexa app, or I went to my Alexa, and I asked Alexa to play some music and turn on the lights in the house. And you know what? She had the audacity to say, "There's no internet connection right now." And I was just like, "Are you telling me I gotta go turn my own lights on now? Like, what type of world am I living in here?" So I didn't have internet for like 2 hours over here. So we got through it though. So the good old Wi-Fi, you take it for granted. You take it for granted.
Yeah, no, we're good. It seems like anytime I do it on my laptop, it doesn't work, and I end up flipping to my phone every time we do this. So here we are. We're on my
Oh yeah,
phone.
I hear you much better now.
Yeah, all good. Technology is not my favorite thing, so all good. Well, I'm super excited to be back, Brock. I know that we've kind of been talking a little bit about kind of what we're going to be doing for the new year. And so, what I've decided to do to kind of help lay out some strategy for our realtor partners and really for anybody that's listening to the show is just really how to manage the different elements of your business. And we're going to break what those key elements are down. It's actually going to be in the shape of a hand. And so we're going to go through all the components of the hand and what that looks like. It works whether you're trying to build your gym membership or whether you're trying to build your client base as a real estate agent in our market. So we're going to kind of go through that, and then we're going to break down each section in subsequent podcasts the first Wednesday of every month. So I'm super excited. I will be kind of full disclosure, right? Chris here, I work for CTR Mortgage Brokers, and Brock, I invest in myself with coaching. I have learned over the years that when I do this business without a coach, I get lazy.
Mhm.
I My mindset is not where it needs to be. I don't push myself as hard. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So I definitely want to make sure that as we roll out sort of the hands that feed your business, which is our theme today, that I'm not taking credit for the material that I'm presenting. It's actually a part of the core training, which is I've been a coaching student with the core for the last 4 years. I'm a level 3 student there. So I definitely don't want to necessarily say that I'm the one that created the material, but the material is transparent and can apply to anybody. And I'll be kind of teaching and reinforcing concepts as we move through those techniques, just like several of the people that you have on the podcast have worked with the core and other coaching systems as well. So super excited about that.
Before
So
you begin, I want to just say one little thing here for those leaning into this. Okay. And Chris, you're very humble, but I want you to be honest with this. Could you give us like I know your answer, but I want everybody else to know your answer. How much money do you spend a month in coaching?
I spend 3,000 a month.
So $3,000 all. If you don't have $3,000 a month, I need you to really lean in right now. He's going to give you some really. I've been a part of the core. I've listened to Chris on numerous occasions on this. He's helping me. So I'm just telling you all, he's going to give you high level coaching. So if you're not taking notes, or if you have an additional $3,000 in your pocket, I guess you personally can go do it yourself. But I'm just going to lean into it. Like, write notes down. Like, he's going to give you what he does on how he makes over $500,000 a year doing this type of stuff. Like, he's a quality individual. That's why I like amazing people are on our show all and lead because they're about to pour into you. So I just want to make sure that everybody takes a moment to get a piece of paper, get a pencil, because what he's about to share with you is $36,000 that he spends a year investing in himself that he's about to just unveil right now, at least part of it. So, Chris, I just want people to understand the amount of value you're about to pour into them. So thank you.
No, no, and I appreciate that, Brock. And that's right. That's the minimum, right? Twice a year, I fly out to an actual convention. Twice a year, I fly out and I meet with my individual coaches because I get a different coach every semester or every 6 months, right? So that's really just the tip of the iceberg. It's actually quite a bit more than that. But I know that I get it back, right? I know that I get it back. So, all right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to first talk about the hand that feeds you, and we're going to focus on this as a real estate agent. So if you got your hand here, I'm going to put my hand up, right? Okay. This is what we're going to talk about today. The palm of your hand are going to be 40 VIPs. You need to have 40 VIPs. A VIP, obviously, we know is a very important person in your life. And this is what we're going to talk about today, 40 VIPs. What is a VIP? So could anybody put in the chat what they think a VIP might be for them in their business? And then I'll give you some ideas as well. And Brock, since I'm doing this on my phone, if you see some chat IDs that are popping up, feel free to jump in and share what they are. It's hard to manage this on my phone. So a VIP, I'll go through some for you right now. If you are a realtor.
Partners. You got a referral partner, someone who gives you energy, is an advocate for you, someone you have worked with, a mentor, a coach. All right. That's what I have right now.
Perfect. Good start. So here's what I'm going to say. A VIP, we need 40 of them, is going to be an investor who buys multiple properties a year through your services. It might be an asset manager at a bank that says, Jackie Spain, right? We'd love for you to represent our listings for our foreclosures. Do you think Jackie's going to get more than one of those from that bank, right? It's going to be repeat business, right? Something that gives you multiple transactions a year. It could be that you make a relationship with multiple HR specialists or relocation specialists. It could be property managers. Do property managers help people with properties? Absolutely. It could be builders, right? You see the theme now. Yes, it's all the things that we mentioned in the chat, but maybe this is a little more in line with what I'm talking about is a little more in line, right? Or somebody that is a huge connector in your life. A huge connector could be a hairdresser, right? Who literally sits and talks to 10 women a day, 6 days a week, right? And who knows everybody when they're buying and selling. But a VIP person is going to be somebody that you're connected with, that you make a consistent effort to build a deep relationship with. And it's got to be purposeful. It's got to be purposeful. So I have a spreadsheet that like literally lists out, you know, here's your 40 VIPs, and I have a cheat sheet for you as well that just says, hey, here are some ideas of how you get VIPs. It could be a divorce attorney. Brock, do you think a divorce attorney would be a great VIP?
Right now, yeah. Well, not right now. Like just in any time, yes.
In any time, right?
50% get divorced.
Right, exactly. So you have a 50% odds of everyone that you know becoming a two-time client, because what happens when they get divorced? We sell one house and we potentially buy one or two more. It might even be a three-time deal, right? Because we're dividing this listing and now we both have to buy a house. Now, likely you're only going to get one side of that buy. It doesn't matter, right? So a VIP are these kinds of professionals, and we've all met people in our career when you see the person at your firm that's a legend and you're like, how does he or she close 98 deals? Oh, well, they fell into that REO foreclosure thing and they fell into that, right? And they have all these listings from these foreclosures. Well, guess what, folks? Foreclosures are on the rise, right? Now's the time to start thinking about who could I build a relationship with an asset manager? Who could I build a relationship with any of these kind of people? So what we're going to talk about, Brock, is how do you start the relationship? What do you do with that relationship? And how do you ask for business? So first of all,
Can I
Go
add
ahead.
one more thing? Can I add one
Yep.
more thing? Because I literally just helped a client on this. um, So for those of you who heads are spinning what he just said right there, first and foremost, put a 5 in the chat if you want the list that Chris just said. If you want part of the list of giving ideas, put a 5 in the chat on that. Secondly, for those of you who be like, well, how the hell do I like? I just don't know. How would I get divorce attorneys? How do I get divorce client? So go into whatever it is that you want to get. You go into ChatGPT and you ask ChatGPT, could you give me 5 strategies, 5 ways that I can build relationships or different avenues, think outside the box, and how I can take my divorce clients or how I can get more divorce real estate opportunities in the Charlotte metro area. So wherever you live, you put that in ChatGPT and you put it in there. So whatever business you're doing, whatever it is that you got, you put it in there. Literally just did it and came up with several different ways that you can go about by doing this. So, the other thing is, real quickly, FHA delinquency. Google that FHA delinquency rate. That's how you know what's going on with the foreclosures and short sales and everything else. Is we are seeing FHA delinquencies going up, and we're also seeing auto loans in delinquency going up. So those are 2 indicators for those of you 2.0 that want to get more information. So great stuff, Chris. Sorry.
No, no, you're good. You're good. So first of all, let's do a little bit of a role play, Brock. Let's just say you want to make a connection with a divorce attorney. Well, generally, you know how to make appointments with people, right? You're going to identify 5 or 10 divorce attorneys in your market, and you're going to start dialing for dollars, right? Hey, and I keep using Jackie's name. Hey, I'm Jackie Spain, right? And I heard that you work with clients that are in the middle of a divorce. I've got multiple people that I've worked with over the last year that have been going through a divorce, and I'm really looking to build a connection to help refer some of my clients to you. Would you be down to have coffee next Wednesday or Thursday? Let's assume that the divorce attorney says yes. Okay, Brock? Now we're in the coffee. Brock, you're going to be the divorce attorney. Hey, Brock, how are you doing today?
Very good. I got my cup of Joe right here.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to honor and thank you. I can see in your market between your social media, what's on the web, that you are like a top-notch divorce attorney in the market. What has led to your success? And you can give me a short answer.
I personally am divorced, and then what ended up happening was I learned a lot and it resonated with me, and now it's my passion.
Okay, excellent. And I'm going to fast forward through kind of what I do. And for those of you that have worked with me, I've done this with you. Tell me about your family, Brock. Tell me about your spouse, Brock. Tell me about your kids. Oh my gosh, it looks like I saw you had a golden retriever. I have a golden retriever too. How long have you had a golden retriever, Brock? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Awesome, awesome. This is really great. I'm really enjoying this conversation. I'm learning so much about you. What are some of the keys to your success, Brock? I'm going to keep going here. Awesome. That's great. What are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time? What's your favorite snack? Like, what do you like? Savory or sweet? Awesome. What's your favorite restaurant? I love 131 Main too, right? So I moved through this whole entire first appointment, and I do the all about you form. Okay. And I've shared this with the whole group that's been on before, the All About You form. So the whole point of that first meeting is to learn everything about this divorce attorney that you can. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up this conversation, Brock, assuming I've moved through that whole process and I've got all the questions, right? Your birthday, your anniversary, all these key details. And I'm going to say, Brock, this has been really enlightening. I've learned a ton about your business, about you, your family, what's important to you. Thank you again for meeting with me. So here's one of the things I wanted to ask you. If I have a couple of clients over the course of 2026 that are struggling and need some divorce support, would you be open to me referring 2 clients to you?
Yeah, no, of course, we could definitely get you set up.
Awesome, awesome. So one of the things that I'm wondering though, now that we've kind of gone through this experience, do you think you could possibly refer 2 clients back to me of all the clients that you work with that are going through a divorce as kind of helping me out to help me grow my business?
Do y'all just see that pivot? Do y'all just see that? He just laid some groundwork right there for y'all. He just pivoted on that switch. Well, I do have a couple other you know, real estate agents that I do talk to, but as you know, it's all depending on the client itself. But we definitely would, if we're able to one hand washes the other, I don't see why not. We couldn't throw your name in the hat.
Okay, perfect. And I understand that I have to earn the relationship and I have to take great care of you and the clients that you refer to us, but I'm confident that I can do that. So I'm going to promise to give you 2 referrals this year. You can give me 2 back. Are we cool with that strategy?
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I know we've spent about 45 minutes during this one-on-one. I did want to share one last thing with you. I've got a client appreciation event that I'm doing in 30 days. We're doing a little get together. It's a happy hour. I think it would be great if you could come and then you could kind of cross pollinate with my clients in the room. We'll have some financial planners there and other professionals that kind of will, be good connectors for you as well, that I think you can continue to build your business. So I want to help you continue to grow your business. So I'll send you the details on that. Come out to our client appreciation happy event. It's going to be a great event. Okay. And so Brock says, of course, I'd love to come to that. Right. So now we're connecting with that divorce attorney again. But guess what I'm going to do when I get back to the office? I'm going to go to my Outlook calendar, right? And I'm going to send the invite to the happy hour and the Eventbrite, right? I'm going to put their anniversary date in my calendar that says 10 days before their anniversary. And then I'm going to put their birthday in my calendar that says 10 days before their birthday. And then on their actual birthdays, I'm going to put that on my calendar. So I'm putting the birthday date in the calendar twice, and I'm putting the anniversary date in the calendar twice. The 10-day reminder, and then the actual day, right? As you deepen these relationships, and I've said this so many times before, right? The prize winning horse wins by a what?
Nose.
A nose. But what is the difference in the earnings, Brock, between the second place horse and the first place horse?
A substantial amount of money. I remember you saying this. I don't remember
Right.
what it is, but it's a
It's
substantial
it's
amount.
it's triple the amount. Okay, it's triple the amount. So what's happening is, right, when Brock said, "I'll throw you in the ring," I already have other realtor relationships, right? I don't need to be better than those realtors that he has a relationship with much more. I just need to be a nose better, correct?
Mm.
So now, if I send an anniversary card to Brock on his wedding anniversary or a birthday card, and then I call Brock 10 days before his birthday and say, hey, your birthday's coming up, February 14th. That's going to be on a Saturday. I was wondering if we could grab a bite on Friday the 13th. Kind of a fun day. Treat you to a lunch. We can kind of catch up. I wanted to kind of hear how your kid's doing in soccer. You mentioned, right, your kids are in soccer. Mine are too. Love to kind of catch up on that. You available on the 13th for lunch, right? So now I'm going to have lunch with that divorce attorney. My little sheet that I filled out, they told me they like lemon raspberry bone cakes. And they told me they like pretzels, right? So I'm going to show up with a $5 gift, maybe a business book. It doesn't really matter, right? You remembered their birthday. You got them a little treat. How much better am I being than the 2 agents that divorce attorney is already working with?
Mm.
Is it much, Brock?
By a nose. By a nose.
By a nose, right? And now what does Brock start doing? Like, wait a second. I have been giving business to this one realtor for the last 7 years. She never once asked about my family. She didn't ask about my anniversary, my kids, my soccer. She didn't remember my birthday. She's not doing some of these really cool things. And gosh, that realtor's also doing these things for my clients too, recognizing and remembering their birthdays, doing client appreciation events, helping me cross mingle and grow my business. I'm really thinking that this is a relationship that's starting to open my eyes up. You feeling that, Brock? Do you see where that's going?
Well, I wrote down a couple things here that I want to lean into what you just said for those that are taking notes. What he just did, I'm gonna just dissect it because obviously, not because obviously, but this is what I do. Like these, I'm actually learning how to do this from Chris because I'm a transaction agent. I'm not a relationship agent. And so the ingredients I want you to write down all is Ford, Ford. Okay, because that's what Chris gave you all is Ford. It's family, occupation, recreation, dream. Chris has done this in the past. So if you want more in depth with Chris, reach out to him. Chris, make sure you put your phone number in here. I know we'll do it at the end, but if you could do it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So he did Ford. Then he put value. He asked him questions. I mean, that's kind of like obvious. But then what he did is he put value and he said a P word. He said a P word to the person. Thank you, Grace. Grace got you taken care of, Chris. He put a P word in there and he said promise. And that's what really resonated with me. Write that down, promise. Write down promise, everybody. He says, I promise you, I will give you 2 deals. That's a lot when you say that and you put that on the line, all because now it's going to hold you accountable to do that. But if you start doing that and you put that into play, I call it guilt. Whether you like the word or not, but they're gonna be like, well, damn, this guy's really showing up. He's really doing it. I gotta find some people now. Now we might be advertising like, hey, Martha, get in here. Listen, this guy Chris just gave us somebody. Do we have anybody in our list right now to help us out with? See, now she's gonna be really attracting for Chris. The next thing you did, Chris, after you promised, write this next all invite. He invited them to another event. If you don't have an event, we can create something. There's different things you can do to worry about that, but you got to invite them to something. It could be something like, hey, I go on this mindset show each morning at 8:15. There's a
Right.
whole bunch of other real estate agents on there. It's really good. I've been doing it now for the last several months. Would you like to come on here with me? I can send you the link. So it doesn't have to be elaborate, but you're inviting them to something down the road, some sort of engagement that you had. And then the last thing that I like, Chris, is you immediately took action when you got home or you got to your office. Home office, it could be in your car. You could be
Right.
like, all right, before I get it put in and drive,
Before
I
I
got to
turn
put
on
this,
the car, I'm going to do
yeah,
this.
I got to put this information in here or send it to your VA and say, hey, could you put this in here? Whatever your process is. But
Correct.
then you did it 2 times. I loved how you do the birthdays, 10 days, and then the birthday of. That's gold, all because now you have 2 touches that are high value in a short period of time that will resonate and make them remember you and how you made them feel. People don't remember what you say, they remember how you made them feel. So I just thought that whole model, that whole thing, oh, if you weren't paying, I'm going to tell you to go re-listen to it because that was gold nuggets right there on how to build relationships. So,
Perfect.
well done.
So, couple of little follow-ups to that, Brock, right? Naturally, I'm going to send my thank you note, a handwritten thank you note after that appointment as well, right? That's pretty standard protocol. I'm big into handwritten thank you notes. I think they add a lot of value to relationships, right? But that second invite, when you really understand the business of sales, most sales don't take place until the second face-to-face appointment, right? You might meet with a client the first time, but it's the second appointment when they commit, usually, right? There's going to be a handful that just love you and throw you business the first time you meet with them. But that second appointment, like the next event, coming on a podcast, whatever it might be, it's really, really, so it's really important. But what did I really do? All I did was sit with that person and learn all about them. I didn't tell them about why I'm the number one agent in my office, why I'm so special, why I'm better than every realtor in town or better than the 2 realtors that this divorce attorney has already been working with for years. I'm not doing any of that, right? It's really just getting everything I need to know about them and then making them feel special, continuing the relationship and inviting them. Could you do this with an investor who buys 10 properties a year? Sure. Could you do it with an HR manager at a mid-level company in Charlotte that's bringing people in from around the country? Sure. Could you do it with a property manager, a builder, right? Your hairdresser, right? An asset manager. Those are VIPs, people who can bring you consistent, regular business, right? But these relationships don't come to you, Brock. You have to go after them. You have to be purposeful. And these big agents that have these, what I call almost channel accounts where they feed them regular business, they went after it at some point, right? They worked it, did the things that I'm talking about, deepen that relationship, and eventually you get the conversion, right? You convert that person over to the way you do business because you pay attention to the details, you care about them, you show them how you feel, right? Like you said there, Brock. So the goal is to build out a list where and later as we move through these components, right? The VIP was the palm of the hand. You'll have a VIP call day once a week. If you have a total of 40, you're going to call 10 a week every Monday, right? I call 30 realtors every Monday. Realtors should be calling 10 VIPs. If you don't have 10 VIPs, right, you're going to build out your list and have that a call day. Once you have 20, then your next Monday, your second Monday of the month will be your 20 VIPs, split them up, right? Until you get to the point where you're calling all your investors, right? And each time that you call them, I'm going to go through this real quick as we wrap up, Brock. Each time you call them, you are adding value on the call, right? So an add value is, I'm just checking in. No, that is not. You never want to call somebody and say, I'm just checking in. Because what are they going to do? They're shutting down. They're not interested. They're busy, right? You're saying, hey, I want to invite you to an event, right? Hey, when can we get together next? I see you've got a holiday or whatever. We have a birthday coming up, an anniversary, right? Or you're adding value with data, knowledge, something that you can add to their life that's going to be helpful to them. Hey, as a divorce attorney, I just found out that there's this new networking system that's just designed all around people who network and support people in divorce. I'm going to go to the networking group. Do you want to come with me? Or did you know real estate data in our market? Or here's what's happening in the city of Mooresville I thought might be valuable to you as you help your clients understand what's happening to real estate, right? Whatever that might be, we're always trying to add value on that once a month call that you're calling that VIP. You don't need to call them more than once a month, right? Then you put them on your CRM campaign, right? If you do videos and you do a newsletter, they're going to feed into all those things. So we're inviting them to events, right? You're adding them to your CRM marketing. You're being purposeful about recognizing their birthday, their anniversary, whatever that might be. And you're just continuing that relationship. If you lose touch with them, if you don't touch base with them once a month, they're going to forget you. And you're going to forget them. So pretty basic concepts, but the goal is to build out 40 VIP relationships, hands that feed real estate agents. And we're going to go through all the other fingers over the next 6 months.
Want to add two things that Chris just said, all that you could do literally today. Okay. People love this type of stuff. You can go to new construction. You can go to whoever it is that a servicing person they're also in sales. But I'm going to use new construction because there's a lot of it here in Charlotte specifically. But you can go to new construction, meet the model home person that's sitting in there and say, hey, I'd like to do a Facebook Live to talk about your inventory, that what you have, and a little bit about your builder. Do you want to join with me on a Facebook Live so that way I could put you in front of my audience so there could be a potential buyer there? And then you can, behind the scenes, you're cross-pollinating. Guys, there isn't a model home person who's not going to say no to you when you go out there and say it like that. Second thing is go to Redfin market data, go to Zillow market data. Yesterday, I sent out 46 text messages telling people that we're shifting into a buyer's market, 3.8% of the industry right now. 62% of homes are now selling less than the list price. Okay, so buyers, you got an opportunity. Things are changing. 11% are selling at price. So now we have over 75% of homes being sold at or below value anymore. There's no more multiple offers. That is going to the wayside. So do you want to jump into the game before it gets a little crazy or what? That's what you put out there, all. That's the type of content Chris is saying. Great stuff, man. Close us down.
All right, perfect. So I'm just going to make sure that everyone knows you've got my cell phone number and my email, because this chat goes away as soon as we hang up and it's sometimes hard to get your data. Either text me or email me and we can do a one-on-one and I can do the VIP training, or I can just send you the forms. It doesn't really matter. I'm here to support you, but I can do a VIP training with y'all. It's about 15 to 30 minutes long, or you can just get the data with the forms so that you can start filling out that process. But this is key to growing your business in 2026, getting people that can feed you business regularly. It's not going to come to you. You can go after it. I'm here to support you, Brock. So hopefully that was helpful to everybody on the call today.
Thanks, man. If you got something on today, you know I always like my numbers. If you got something on today, put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat. Give some love to Chris. Thank you so much, Chris, for pouring into everybody. That just sent me like, damn, I got to get back on doing some of this stuff over here. So appreciate you, Chris. Thank you all for being on here. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 8:15, with our girl Justine will be here. When will the recording be available? Usually got to give us 24 hours to get the recording out. Usually we can get it out by the end of the day, Fred. So, but we'll give you all the show notes content. But most importantly, if you want that list, get in touch with Chris because he'll knock it out of the park for you. So thank you all. Appreciate you. Till tomorrow.
Thanks, Brock.
See ya.